So these big jobbies stuffed inside of my lug holes are the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless Earbuds, a fresh new updated version of the original CX True Wireless buds from a couple of months ago, now with the added bonus of active noise cancellation. They're going on sale here in Blighty on September the 29th and they'll cost you 130 quid, which is a tenner more than the original CX True Wireless. Not bad considering you get ANC involved now, but it is about the same as lots of big rivals including the OnePlus Buds Pro and of course those Beats Studio Buds, which are rather liked as well. Now, according to Sennheiser's official blurb, the CX Plus True Wireless offer a high-quality listening experience with active noise cancellation, superior sound quality, and a comfortable, sleek design. So is that decidedly modest description actually accurate, or is it a steaming pile of pants? Well, I've had the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless stuffed in my head, using them as my full-time buds for the last few days, so here's my in-depth review. And for more of the latest and greatest tech, please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! Now first up, these buds are available in an extensive range of really lush, vibrant colours to suit all tastes. Actually, that's a complete lie. They're available in black or white and naught else. And once again, it has to be said, they are bloody huge buggers. It kind of looks like somebody's taken the lids from a pair of marker pens and rammed them into your head. But despite this, and they really might not look like it, but they are actually really comfortable to wear even for hours at a time, and that's helped along by the fact that, of course, as usual, you get different sized rubber tips bundled in the box. So I found I had no trouble getting a perfect fit, and once they're in there, they just stay in there as well. They never felt like they were going to be shifted about the place again, despite the size of them. They are quite lightweight, surprisingly. And no matter what I was up to, if I was doing star jumps in the lounge or running down the high street, it never felt like they were going to come flying out and brace some unfortunate passerby. And just to prove a point, wash test. And the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless earbuds are also IPX4 splash resistant as well, so no worries if they get a bit moist, they're certainly absolutely fine with a good bit of sweat action. Now pairing with your smartphone or whatever other smart device you're using for streaming music is an absolute piece of piddle. All you got to do is press and hold on each bud 3 seconds and then it will enter pairing modes. And I found that connection with my smartphone stayed super strong no matter what I was doing, moving about the place if I was in a busy high street. Although that said, I did occasionally struggle to get one bud to work without the other. I think they swap which one is the master sort of as they go, and occasionally they get a little bit confused, so you just have to pop them both back in the box, try taking one out again, and fingers crossed it works fine. And the good news is, when you do pull a bud out of your lug hole, you've got an auto pause feature, which just stops whatever is going on. Just don't do that while you've got transparent mode on, because then that will cancel transparent mode and then just play your music again. And then you've got auto resume as well when you pop the bud back in, and all seems to work a charm. And you've also got comprehensive touch controls here on the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless earbuds as well. So each bud will register a single tap, a double tap, and a triple tap, as well as a long press. And I found the touch controls worked perfectly, very intuitive indeed, so I picked them up literally in a minute or so. And you've got progressive tonal feedback as you're tapping as well, so you know that your taps are registering. And if you download Sennheiser's Smart Control app, well, the good news is you've got full customization over all of those controls, exactly what they do. These are certainly a lot more flexible on the touch controls than a lot of the True Wireless earbuds that I do end up reviewing. And the good news is as well, if you want to, you can disable some or all of the touch controls if you don't really like using them. I did find I accidentally triggered them occasionally when I was just trying to fumble a bud out of my head. So yes, you might find that they're just not for you. Now the audio quality here on the CX Plus True Wireless earbuds is basically the same as the original Sennheiser CX True Wireless. So in other words, perfectly respectable. You've got full support for all the usual codecs, including a good bit of aptX action. So yeah, it's great for watching a bit of Netflix or something. Everything stays in sync. And I certainly did find that with more riotous rock tunes, sometimes things get a bit muddy and confused, but certainly with more complex tracks, from the likes of Portishead, from instance, classics back in the day, you can pick up on all of those fine little details going on in the background that you would certainly miss out on with less capable True Wireless earbuds. I found the vocals came through nice and crisp and clean as well, and if you want to, you've got an equaliser tool inside of that Sennheiser Smart Control app, which you can use to just tweak the output to suit your own personal preferences. There's also a bass boost tool in there, which I'm still not entirely convinced by, to be perfectly honest, but there's plenty of bass pumping out of these things even without that active, so don't worry about it. But of course, the main reason to pick up the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless earbuds over the original True Wireless is the fact that you've got that active noise cancellation now, which is a feature that was a massive miss on the originals. It's certainly a feature that a lot of True Wireless earbuds around this price point now offer as standard, and I found that it worked perfectly fine here on the Sennheisers. Certainly when you're walking down the high street or whatever, they will cut down that heavy traffic noise and any other rumbles and grumbles going on. That's certainly helped along by the fact that you get pretty good natural isolation from these things as well. They're designed the way that they basically fill your entire ear canal. Means that, yeah, lots of stuff is sort of dampened before the ANC even gets its chance to work its magic. No real issues with wind feedback or anything, just a little bit of distortion when things get proper blustery. But yeah, I found that I could walk through a children's playground, for instance, and listen to a podcast or an audiobook with the volume turned fairly low and still perfectly make out what was going on. So that's always a fairly good test. And Sennheiser has also added a transparency mode to the CX Plus True Wireless Earbuds as well. This is basically the opposite of ANC. Those external mics pick up on everything going around you and feed it directly into your head. It sounds like it kind of amplifies everything as well. So if someone starts talking at you, you quickly activate it, as an alternative to just pulling out an earbud, which then auto pauses your music as well. So it's a different option, basically. The great thing is the transparency mode actually pauses your music or whatever you listen to as well, because a lot of transparency modes, they'll pipe in everything that's going around you, but they'll continue to blare heavy metal straight into your head as well, so you still can't hear what's going on. But by default, it will pause your music or your audiobook, your podcast, and that is an option that you can disable inside of the app if you find that you'd rather actually just listen to two things at once. Which, to be fair, would be quite handy if, for instance, you're jogging, you want to be aware of your surroundings, but still listen to some music or a podcast or something turned down low. Now, battery life was one of the strongest features of those original Sennheiser buds, and they're great here again on the CX Plus True Wireless Earbuds. I found I got between 6 to 7 hours of use from a single charge with ANC active as well. If you knock off the ANC, you can have another couple of hours on top of that. So it's definitely very impressive as far as noise cancelling buds go. That's one of the best that I've tested in 2021. And then when you're done with them, or you just need a refill, where you just pop them back in the box, they charge up fairly quickly, but you do only get about 1.5 charges out of this box, despite the fact it is quite a chunky morpho. It's just your basic plastic charging case, nothing particularly exciting about it. It does feel quite plasticky, but touch wood, seems reasonably durable as well. You do have a little LED up front as well, which tells you when the case itself needs recharging. Not the most comfortable to fit in your pocket or whatever, because it is quite boxy, which is a shame compared with the Huawei Free buds, those Beats Studio buds as well, with the more rounded case. But we are basically just quibbling now, and there's no wireless charging support here. You do have a bit of Type-C USB action around back, so just plug them in and then they'll get fueled up as well. So there's my full final review of the Sennheiser CX Plus True Wireless Earbuds. It's great to see ANC plugged into those original buds now, because that was the one missing feature really. Apart from that, I really like them. Of course, the design is gonna, sway some people away from them, no doubt, because they are quite boxy and bulky. You've got respectable audio quality, great bit of ANC action, and fantastic battery life as well. So they definitely get a thumbs up. So that's what I reckon. But what do you guys think? Are you tempted by the Sennheiser CX Plus True? Jeez, I'm gonna just go back to bed. It'd be great to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Anyway, as I say, September 29th, 130 quid. So yeah, for more on the latest and greatest tech, and for more of me fluffing my lines, please do poke, subscribe, ding that notifications bell, and have yourselves a fantastic rest of the week. Cheers everyone, love you.